You don't think there's an opportunity to land a big punch on Floyd?
Let me tell you something about Floyd. This is what I don't like about him either. No matter whatever we say about him, and it could be true, but he's in that gym.
And a lot of times when he says certain things on social media, I say, he's to me, he's still a kid.
No, it was a downfall. It wasn't a downfall of my career. I mean, our relationship, because it was more things that he was doing. Like,
he scheduled a fight, I think.
In a recent interview, Mike Tyson criticized Floyd Mayweather while strongly backing Gervonta Davis. He called Davis an incredible fighter with true knockout power and said he's already built a solid name for himself. Tyson added that if Davis keeps performing at this level, he's on track to become a legend. He praised Davis's style and determination, also suggesting that Davis doesn't need Mayweather to rise to the top.
What do you think about people comparing Tank Davis to you? What do you think about that?
Tank's a great fighter.
You think he's a great fighter? But what do you think about them comparing him to you? You're a legend, my friend.
Well, he'll be one too if he keeps fighting.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. He's the top dog. There's no doubt about it. He showed that. But Barrios, he's a pretty good fighter. Last time I saw him fight, he was pretty durable.
In a candid conversation with Stephen A. Smith, Mike Tyson openly criticized Floyd Mayweather, calling him arrogant and suggesting he's become disconnected from reality. Tyson said Mayweather's ego has grown to the point where it's taken him away from honesty and humility. He expressed concern over Floyd's constant need for the spotlight, viewing it not as confidence, but as something deeper and more concerning.
How do you feel about Floyd, though?
Huh?
How do you feel about
Awesome
Floyd?
fighter, great fighter. He's a little too into himself. He should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like, you was a movie star. You was a hero.
I didn't see that.
Mike Tyson recently called out Floyd Mayweather for always flaunting his wealth. While Mayweather claims he's just enjoying his success, Tyson suggested that constantly showing off expensive things might be a sign of financial issues. He warned that relying too much on money for self-worth can be risky and could lead to problems down the line.
Hey, Mike, how you doing, man? What's up? Hey, professional party thrower Adrian Broner goes across the country, gets charged $10,000 a pop. He used to be a boxer. Would you ever do that? Like, would you want to come to my house and cut the turkey?
Awesome.
How much would you charge to cut the turkey at my house on Thanksgiving?
30 cents.
30 cents? So you do it for free, practically.
Yeah.
Adrian Broner, I think that's a good career for like a boxer trying to promote himself as a party thrower. 10 grand.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hey, you have any advice for Mayweather? He's spending a lot of money right now.
Have a ball.
Enjoy it, huh? That's what you did.
Mike Tyson couldn't hold back his laughter when discussing one of Floyd Mayweather's recent exhibition fights. Mayweather had taken on a much bigger cruiserweight, and Tyson found the whole situation odd. He questioned the point of fighting someone so much heavier, saying it felt more like entertainment than a real boxing match. Tyson said the mismatch made the sport look less legitimate and more like a sideshow.
The exhibition?
Facts. Super facts. It was, yep, the exhibition.
This exhibition, I think Floyd should keep on trying. I don't think he should fight a fucking cruiserweight, but I think he should continue fighting guys his weight. What the fuck is he doing, okay?
That was crazy. He did it. He got past it. Don't try it no more. And move on to something different. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Fight Pacquiao again or something. Keep in shape. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because that was the
He should have, now that we're thinking now, he should have had Paul lose a lot of weight.
Veteran sports commentator Stephen A. Smith echoed concerns about Floyd Mayweather's recent exhibition fights. He argued that these bouts do little to protect Mayweather's legacy, pointing out that boxing isn't a scripted performance where the outcome is guaranteed. Smith warned that consistently facing low-level opponents takes away from what Mayweather achieved in his prime and turns the sport into more of a spectacle than a serious competition.
He's one of the greatest boxers, if not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. I just see some of these things, and this is just my personal feeling. When you're that great and you're that elite, no one deserves, not just anyone deserves to be in a ring with you, even if you are retired, even if it is for exhibition purposes. This is not a movie. This is not Rocky III, where Rocky is going against Thunderbolt, who that was his name, or Hulk Hogan, okay? This is not that.
Mike Tyson took issue with Floyd Mayweather frequently calling himself the greatest of all time. When Mayweather claimed that legends like Muhammad Ali, and even Tyson himself, didn't compare, Tyson saw it as not only disrespectful, but also disconnected from reality. He stressed that true greatness isn't just about having an undefeated record, but about the legacy, influence, and inspiration a fighter leaves behind.
Is Ali the same fighter that got beat by a fighter with 7 fights? Every time boxing come on, you don't bring up Muhammad Ali name. You don't bring up Mike Tyson name. You always bring up Floyd Mayweather name.
What do you think about Floyd talking about greater than Ali? He's very delusional. If he was anywhere near that realm of greater than Ali, he'd be able to take his kids to school by himself. There you go. Okay, he can't take his kid to school by himself. And he's talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He can't take his kid alone to school by himself. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man. There you go. Thanks, sir. Thanks.
Tyson also shared some personal advice, warning that always flaunting wealth can lead to problems. He said that while some criticism Floyd faces might be due to jealousy, the bigger danger is isolation. Tyson explained that if Mayweather keeps valuing luxury over real connections, he might end up surrounded by possessions, but without true people in his life.
What lessons do you think Pacquiao and Mayweather could learn from you in terms of life away from the ring?
Well, Floyd seems to be going through some stuff like me right now, you know, like realizing no one's his friend and everybody's probably, even though I even hate to say it, because maybe everybody's kind of a little jealous of him, you know, because he is Floyd Mayweather. I know these other guys got their money, but this guy is the champ of the world. You know, it's hard to compete with that. So he's pretty big on those scales as far as on the celebrity scale. So he's gonna realize what life is all about and what friends are all about, and realize that we only have a few of them. And sometimes they're the only ones we got. They may not be the ones we want, but they're the ones we have.
Despite his past criticisms, Mike Tyson did give Floyd Mayweather credit for how he handled the fight against Conor McGregor. He praised Floyd's calm approach, control in the ring, and impressive physical condition, noting that even in retirement, his boxing instincts remained sharp. Mayweather has often claimed that his era represents the peak of boxing, pointing to his undefeated record and global brand as the new standard of greatness. However, not everyone shares that view, especially as rising talents like Gervonta Davis start to carve out their own legacies.
Well, I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live his life. No one can say what they would have done if they were in his shoes. Boxing will live on. You know, it's the Mayweather era. Not just myself, but the Mayweather brand. You know, I have my own style and what I made cool about boxing is not taking punishment.
In a recent interview, Mike Tyson was asked if he saw any similarities between himself and Floyd Mayweather. Tyson acknowledged Floyd's skill, but pointed out a key difference: intimidation. He explained that fear plays a major role in boxing, and while Floyd's style is smart and effective, it doesn't strike the same fear into opponents that Tyson's presence once did. In a subtle but honest way, Tyson suggested that Floyd lacks the kind of psychological dominance he was known for.
Oh my God.
I got a question for you. One question. I am Mike Tyson in his prime versus Floyd Mayweather in his prime. Who would win?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I'm probably 50 pounds heavier than Floyd, so I don't think we'll ever fight. No, we can never fight. We're two.
Because we can only see that in a video game. So I wanted, I wanted to know, what's your thoughts? And also, when you see Floyd now, do he remind you of him? Do he remind you of yourself when you was rocking?
Yeah, to a certain degree, not totally, because he's not menacing. He's not a threat to the fact that he can hurt somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's not that guy. You know what I mean? He's not going to hurt somebody. He's not going to go into a store and drag somebody out the store or do something ridiculous.
That you might have done.
Yeah, he's not going to do anything ridiculous like that. He's going to have somebody probably, but only because in a situation like that, when everybody loves you, you appear that everybody loves you. You don't know who really doesn't love you. You know, you're never going to have a chance to be at peace with yourself and to know who you really are, because there's too many people talking to you. Yes, from the outside to everybody, yes, doesn't look good. Yes, doesn't look good what's going on with him right now. You know, we could all be wrong, but from what we're seeing from the outside, things don't look good.
At a tense press conference, Floyd Mayweather responded to Gervonta Davis's criticism by dismissing him as immature. When Davis accused Floyd of being controlling in the past, Floyd didn't exactly deny it. He said Davis was just being emotional and claimed he might have acted the same way at that age. His comments sounded defensive, signaling that their issues had boiled over into the public eye. Rather than defusing the situation, Floyd added fuel to the fire by posting a video many believe was a subtle dig at Tank, disguised as a media stunt.
Tank vents out on social media. He's been through a lot, throughout his life. But I take my hat off to him. I'm proud of him. Saturday night we had a game plan, and a lot of times when he says certain things on social media, I say, he's to me he's still a kid, and when I was that age, I probably would have did the same thing. I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to stand behind me and tell me, about what's right and what's wrong. He got the job done, but my hat off to Ryan Garcia, tough competitor, tough fighter, and the best man won.
At a tense press conference, Floyd Mayweather responded to Gervonta Davis's criticism by dismissing him as immature. When Davis accused Floyd of being controlling in the past, Floyd didn't exactly deny it. He said Davis was just being emotional and claimed he might have acted the same way at that age. His comments sounded defensive, signaling that their issues had boiled over into the public eye. Rather than defusing the situation, Floyd added fuel to the fire by posting a video many believe was a subtle dig at Tank, disguised as a media stunt.
Set you off that you was like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of it.
Deal, he don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it.
Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank, don't cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see. It's gonna come out.
These claims suggest a troubling pattern. Floyd Mayweather may be living large while dodging accountability. If the reports are accurate, they could point to deeper issues with debt and reputation, potentially threatening the polished financial image he's worked hard to maintain.
The Tank's come out with a bit of a mad statement, and he said that Floyd Mayweather has been held captive in Dubai because he owes people money and he can't pay them, or won't pay them, one or the other. Before I carry on, please hit that follow button if you haven't already. We're on a mission to get to 10k. Now for me, the idea that one of the richest men in the world cannot pay somebody in Dubai is a bit mad. However, Tank Davis has come out and said ask Floyd to go live right now, and he can't. Which is a fair point, and knowing how Mayweather's ego is, if it was possible for him to go live, he would be responding to this straight off the bat. Now that being said, it wasn't that long ago since we saw that video call between him and Bill Haney on the internet. And whether this is true or not, I do not know. It could just be Tank throwing shots at Floyd Mayweather, because I know that relationship has been a little bit ropey in the last few years. But you never know, especially with somebody like Mayweather, who sometimes comes across with a bit of a god complex. Maybe he's just tried to screw in the wrong people. But let me know what you guys think to this. Do you think that Floyd Mayweather has been held captive in Dubai? Or do you think this is just Tank Davis stirring up some stuff? Let me know in the comments. As always, a like, a favourite, save a share, all appreciated. Please hit that follow button if you haven't already. We're on a mission to get to 10k. Peace out.
Mayweather has publicly downplayed Gervonta Davis's chances of becoming a major pay-per-view star. Many viewed his comments as unnecessary and disrespectful, especially since he once claimed to be Davis's strongest supporter. By questioning Davis's potential, Mayweather came off as someone who might feel threatened by Tank's rising success. It added to the growing belief that he's not willing to let others take the spotlight he once dominated.
And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my records.
So is Gervonta Davis that guy?
I truly believe at this particular time, he's one of the guys that can go out there and become a pay-per-view star. I think to become a superstar in this era is a lot easier than the road I had to take over 20 years ago.
You had the hard road. There's
Yes.
the social media now, the access that people have to your videos and what you're doing. You can promote yourself how you want now.
Yes. So, you know, in today's time, you have celebrities and stars that I may never even heard of, but they're rich off of social media. So times have changed, and you have to be able to change with the times.
When did you feel like a star? Going back to yourself, when did you have that moment?
Me? Oh, man.
Like I played football, so I had a moment in my life where I thought, you know what, I know I'm a top player, but when was the moment you felt that?
The moment that I felt it, from day one.
Davis fired back, saying Mayweather is afraid of being outshined by the next generation. He sees Floyd's actions as insecurity, not confidence. In Davis's view, Mayweather holds others back to protect his own status, even fighters he once backed. While that might keep him in control for now, Davis believes it could damage Floyd's legacy and leave him isolated in the long run.
You thought Mayweather set you up against Pedraza. Did you really think Pedraza was gonna beat you? Later.
He didn't know how good I was and how I would like handle the situation, so he just threw me out there. Type shit.
Why do you think he did?
He was hurt. He was hurt. I mean, not even hurt. He was just bad. First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. Why the fuck would you say Terrence Crawford should fight? Finna be there. That don't make no fucking sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
You was next in line. Just so you're next in line.
Is there like a brother?
The last question, guys. Gotta wrap
Is there like a love-hate for Floyd? Like,
yeah,
the fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And
you're good, man.
And he cause I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this, I'm that, I'm that, and
Thank you very much. I'll see you at 9:30.
it just I don't know.
In a surprising turn, reports say Floyd Mayweather helped Frank Martin get ready to face Gervonta Davis. The news stunned the boxing world, as Floyd once mentored Davis. Given Mayweather's inside knowledge of Tank's style and habits, his support could give Martin a serious edge. This bold move signals that the split between Floyd and Davis has turned into real, lasting tension.
Young fighters, he loves to embrace guys, so what was being around talking to Floyd? Like, what has Floyd taught you about fighting? And has it made you a better fighter? Because he could tell me all day to do that shit he does. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what does being around a guy like Floyd do for you?
He could tell you, go run at 2 in the morning. You know, go do it when, cause 9 times out of 10, we know your opponent sleep at that time. So go run at 2 in the morning and go give yourself a mental edge, you know, like, cause you know you out there working every night at 2 in the morning running. That's a lot of the times your opponent sleep. You know, it could be little things that'll take you to the next level. You know, that Floyd, a person like Floyd, like if he tell you that, you gonna take a lot of heave to it, and it's gonna give you a different type of motivation when you doing it. He could show you something, you know, and it could be the same thing. You know, you might not be able to do it like him, but just it coming from him, it'll give you like a different type of like feel about yourself.
Hold up, limitless, take a stomach cap pinning it. I thought they hear the
From the beginning, Floyd Mayweather claimed credit for launching Gervonta Davis's career. But as Davis climbed higher, the relationship grew strained. What started as guidance gradually felt more like control. Mayweather often framed Davis's success as his own doing, while Davis wanted to be recognized for his own talent. That tension between control and independence turned their partnership into a clear example of how ego and pride can break even the strongest alliances.
Tank Davis, he was a young kid, came up to me when he was a kid, wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, "You'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter." Years later, he was working with some people from our team because our team is huge. We got guys in DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 or 9-0. I told him, in under 24 months, you'll be world champion. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Absolutely.
He was a kid that couldn't even buy a bus ticket. Now he's a multi-millionaire.
That's a wrap for today's video. Make sure to stay tuned for the next one.